Okay, so the last video we learned how to write a matrix given a system. And so we're going to do that in order to solve these. So I want to solve this system. I'm solving for X and Y in this problem. So the first thing I want to do is set it up as a matrix because that's how I want to solve it. Learning target, I can solve a system of equations using a matrix. So we're going to take this matrix and we're going to put it in what is called reduced row echelon form. But before we do that, we have to just write our matrix to start. So just like we learned in the last video, we're going to plug these values in. So 5, -4, -10, -1, 1, and 2. All right, now I have my matrix set up. I want to put it in what is called reduced row echelon form. And this form will show us what X and Y equal. So reduced row echelon form is given by a row or a diagonal of ones, and then you fill in zeros for everything else. Now this is found by a series of operations if you do it by hand, but we're not going to do it by hand. We're going to use a calculator to do this. This can be done in your calculator, but I'm going to show you a computer program here. So I linked this in the video here. That's the end. Let's see. Looks like this, reduced row echelon form, or RREF calculator. And this is what you're going to do. So this number here is the number of rows. So how many rows you have going across. Let me show you this paper again. So I have 2 rows in this problem. So here's 1 row, 2 rows, and then I have 3 columns. So 1, 2, 3 columns, 2 rows, 3 columns, okay? 2 rows, 3 columns. So I'll click in 2 and 3. And then you just fill in your numbers. So your first row is 5, -4, -10. And your second row is -1, 1, 2. So I'll fill that all in. And then it's so easy, you just push calculate. And then it thinks a little bit. And then you scroll down. And it gives you all the steps if you were to do it by hand. But we're not going to worry about that. We are just going to give the answer right here. So this is my answer. This is called reduced row echelon form. So I'm going to put that on my paper now. So I already knew what this was going to look like because that's what reduced row echelon form looks like. But I have -2 and 0 here given by my calculator app there on the computer. So what this tells me is that X is -2. So this is like saying 1X plus 0Y equals -2, which is simplified by X equals -2. And this is like saying 0X plus 1Y equals 0. So basically Y equals 0. And then I'm just going to write my answer as an ordered pair. So let's recap. What did we do here? So first, we took our system and we wrote the matrix. So we put the system in the matrix. Sorry about my dog there. And then we, in the app, we entered the order. So the order was the number of rows by the number of columns. So rows and then columns. Then we just push calculate, easy as that, to get the reduced row echelon form. And then we saw what x equals and what y equals, and then we wrote our answer as an ordered pair. Right answer as ordered pair. All right, let's try another one of these. So let's do number 10. So first step is to put the system in the matrix. X, Y, no Z, so that gets a 0 there. X, Y, Z, constant. X, Y, Z, constant. All right, then we're going to put that into our program here. So I have number of rows and then times the number of columns. So number of rows is 3. And then columns, I have X, Y, Z constant, so that's 4 columns. And then I'm going to add or fill in all of my numbers here. So 4, sorry, I'm trying to hold the phone and type in the numbers here. So it's a little shaky, I apologize. So on. So you're just going to fill all these in. 5, -2, 1, hopefully you're doing this along with me here. 3, I will not be offended if you fast forward all this. It's taking a little bit of time here. And then last number, 3. Okay, calculate. Then it's thinking. Okay, so it's giving you all the steps, but we're not concerned with that. We're concerned with reduced row echelon form. Now notice there's that diagonal of 1s and then everything else is 0s, and that's called reduced row echelon form. And this would be X, Y, and Z. So let's write that down on our paper. All right, reduced row echelon form. Just copying down what I see on my computer screen here. So this tells me that X is 2, Y is -3, and Z is -9. And that gives me, this time it's called an ordered triplet because we have 3. So that's 2, -3, -9, and that would be the answer there. Okay? All right, I want to show you a couple more cases here. So for number 11, you're going to make the matrix there. So 1, oh, I skipped down to the answer, sorry there. 1, -1, 2, negative 1. Negative 3, 3, 5, 3, 2, negative 2, fill in a 0, negative 2. All right, then I'd put all this into the computer, and this would be 3 rows by 4 columns. So 3 by 4 for this one, and then you fill it all in, push calculate, and this is what you would get. Just to save time, I'm not gonna show you all that entering of data. Okay, so this is what you get here. Now, let me point out something. Reduced row echelon form has that diagonal of 1s. I have a 0 here. I have an entire row of 0s at the bottom. So when I get this answer, it tells me that this problem has infinite solutions. Infinite solutions. And then that would be the answer. Because this is like saying 0 down here. It's like saying 0 equals 0, which is true. It's true, but it doesn't give me a specific x, y, z. So the answer is infinite solutions. Now there's one more case. You'll see in number 12, when you put it into your computer here and you push calculate, so you put this matrix in, you would get this answer. I'm just going to skip to the answer here because I want to point something out. So you get this as your answer. Now look at this. So this had an entire row of zeros. The entire bottom row of zeros means infinite solutions. This one has a row of zeros equal to 1. Row of zeros equal to 1. So that's like saying 0 equals 1, which is not true. 0 does not equal 1. So the answer to this would be no solution. So one more time, if you have an entire row of zeros, infinite solutions. If you have a row of zeros followed by a constant, that's no solution. I still want you to try these in the computer to practice. And then down here, these 4, I want you to do these 2. Ignore these directions. Just keep doing it the way we did the top part here. So write your matrix, put it in the computer, write the reduced row echelon form, and give the answer as an ordered pair. All right, I hope that was helpful. Good luck.